Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today with LeRoi Robinson Grant, Sheriff Candidate for Dorchester County. Dorchester County would like to know, who is LeRoi Robinson Grant, Sheriff Candidate for the 2022 election?
That's a great question. I am a man of God, first and foremost. I am a father. I am a son. I am a brother. I am one of the community. I'm one of the people. I am a man with a sense of honor, integrity, and pride that I want to make sure everybody else has too. I want everybody to feel like they are somebody and they're not being left by the wayside or not thought about. No one should be an afterthought.
Most people are unaware and don't know what the Sheriff's Department is responsible for. Could you elaborate on that for us?
Yes, the Sheriff's Department has a number of duties, to include making sure that the courts are protected. They make sure the warrants are served. They make sure that the people who housed in the prisons and jails are being taken care of also, and being protected along with the people who work there are being protected. Everyone deserves to be, treated with respect and honor and integrity, and no one wants to be mistreated just because of the circumstances. So that is something that is very important, is to make sure everyone is treated in a humane way and not thought of as somebody who should be their circumstances.
Why did you decide to run for sheriff?
That decision was not made lightly. It took a lot of thought, a lot of interaction with others who are already in public office, and discussions with my wife and my family to come to the conclusion, with my abilities and my law knowledge and my oath already to the Constitution, that it would be the great place for me to be, within the sheriff's office and taking care of the people, making sure that, the integrity of the sheriff's office is always maintained at all costs. The Constitution is our lifeblood of our nation. It should not be taken lightly, and every state has their own constitution that, in order to do the job, I think you should know. If you don't know it, how can you effectively make sure that it is followed at all times? It's one of the things I have talked to with those who are running for Attorney General of the state right now, and we are all in agreement of. So being that it is something that I love and I am already have to be in honor of, it is a perfect place for me to be.
What is the top priority for the next term of sheriff?
I think there are a lot of priorities that need to be addressed. One of the main ones for me is the community involvement. Making sure that the people of Dorchester County actually know who the sheriff is, knows what the sheriff's office and the deputy's job is. We have to take care of making sure we are represented in a way that people feel proud of. And it also would help with the involvement of the community, even getting recruitment for the sheriff's office or police departments. Because the better the people know who you are, the better the people feel around you, and the more pride they have in what you do, it makes it a whole lot easier for everybody to actually do their job and do their job properly.
What makes you different or separates you from your predecessors?
I think the one thing that separates me from a lot of other people is my ability to intermingle with every community in multiple ways. A lot of the people see me as someone they can talk to and trust. And the ability to transverse those communities, those ethnicities even, it makes it a lot easier to do the job. The easier you are to talk to, the more approachable you are, the less, I would say, the less hesitant the people are to come to you to talk to you. In order to effectively police a community, they have to be willing to actually work with you. If the people do not want to address you or speak to you, how are you going to effectively take care of them? Because the community will always know more than you do.
Dorchester County just held a dedication beacon of hope for Harriet Tubman. How does it feel knowing that you could be the next sheriff of her hometown?
It's a humbling experience, to say the least. Being a minority, you rarely think about law enforcement as something you would want to do. At the same time, a lot of times you think about law enforcement as something you would want to do because of the fact that you are a minority, and you know how we are represented a lot of times within the law enforcement community. We don't have a lot of representation inside the law enforcement community. And to know that at one point, Harriet Tubman came from being a slave within the community to working for the federal government herself, as basically helping to make sure that slaves are freed, is a mind-boggling thing to think about. But it's the whole full circle thing. You know, you may start off pretty much against one thing, but at times you can find a place within it to make sure that things are done the right way, and done a way for everyone to be happy and to, you know, come together with. So with the dynamics of Dorchester County the way they are, it's only fitting that I would be the first one to actually do the job.
How would your knowledge aid you as the sheriff?
My knowledge is constitutional law. To say I love it would be an understatement. I have law books more so than I have anything else. When everyone else is watching football or, you know, enjoying a game that's on the TV, I'm looking at constitutional law, I'm looking at case law, I'm reading statutes, I'm reading policy, I'm reading, you know, codes, you know, and so it's one of those things that has always been an interest of mine, that I even thought about going into the FBI but my life did not take me in that direction. Sometimes, you know, God has a plan for you. You don't know what it is until you get there. So I guess this would be, you know, God's plan for me.
What would you like to share with the community?
That's a great question. I would like to share hope, pride, a sense of belonging, a sense of community. I would like to share a sense of love for everyone around you. You can't effectively police a community if you don't know the community. You can't be the best do your best at a job if you are not effectively knowing the people around your job that help you do your job and contribute to the duties that you are doing. Without the community, there is no sheriff's office. Without you, there is no me. The only reason I matter is because you do. And that's why I matter, because you do. Because you always matter, regardless of what anybody else will tell you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and answering our questions today. We are excited about your run for office for sheriff. We are here to support you, and thank you for everything that it is that you do.
Thank you for the opportunity to tell people who I am.